Hey, how's it going? This is Chris Kua, and it is the twilight hour here in Hilo, Hawaii. I am at my house actually shooting towards the road, so you're going to see some cars going by and that kind of thing. But anyway, I just wanted to do a quick review. I was on a call today, and a gentleman was talking about a book called Zero Limits by a gentleman, by an author whose name is Joe Vitale. Joe Vitale, if you don't know who he is, he was on the movie The Secret. And many of you have watched that, I'm sure. If you haven't, you definitely need to watch it. It's a great place to start. But Joe Vitale went ahead and he introduced the world to a fantastic gentleman, an amazing gentleman by the name of Dr. Haleakala Hew Len. And the reason why I can say his name so well is because I'm Hawaiian. So I speak in I'm able to say his name pretty quickly. And he talked about a concept called ho'oponopono. And I just wanted to share. I know the gentleman today on the call, he had only an hour to speak, so it's definitely not enough time. If you haven't gotten the book and you're gonna get it in audio, because Joe Vitale does the narration, and he also has Dr. Hew Len talking on the audio as well, and it's really an impactful audio. It's about 5.5 hours long, and I've listened to it time and time again. A friend of mine introduced me to it a few years ago, and so he talks about this concept in the Hawaiian culture called ho'oponopono. And I've known about ho'oponopono throughout my life, and my Ohana, we'd use the concept at a yearly retreat that we'd have as a family. And ho'oponopono was more of a group thing. I knew of it as more of a group thing, where a group would get together, and whenever there was some kind of challenge or situation between two people, we'd go ahead and get together and have a ho'oponopono session where the two people could go ahead and resolve their issues and struggles and challenges with each other, and it worked out really, really well. People, it always allowed people to start with a new slate, and that's basically what we're talking about here. And what Dr. Hew Len talks about is self-identity, ho'oponopono, and it's more of a concept of being able to cleanse yourself and start from a place of zero. So in the group ho'oponopono sessions, what would happen is if you had two people who had some kind of challenge with each other, right, or they had some kind of disagreement, we'd come together in a group and help them to resolve that. And once that ho'oponopono session was over, what they would do is literally cleanse themselves of that and wipe the slate completely clean, genuinely wipe the slate completely clean, and start from a state of zero. So the next time they see each other, it would be as if nothing had ever happened. Because it had been cleaned, it had been resolved and taken care of. And it's the same situation with self-identity, ho'oponopono. What Dr. Hew Len was able to do he was able to understand one concept that Joe Vitale also talked about in The Secret. And that one concept is taking responsibility for everything that happens in your life. Even the accident that you experienced, even the traffic that makes you late for work, to take responsibility. That's really what it's all about. And Dr. Hew Len asked an interesting question in the book, and here's what he says. He says, do you notice that every time there's a problem in your life, you're there? And sometimes even when you're not there, even when it's not your problem, you tend to be there to experience this, right? So there's a reason why it's in your life is basically what he's saying. And self-identity, ho'oponopono, the gentleman today talked about beautifying your spirit, and that's part of it. It is part of beautifying your spirit. But here's what Dr. Hew Len talks about is basically we get ideas, thoughts, and that kind of thing from two places, right? We get it from inspiration, right? Or we get it from memory, okay? And if we're getting it from memory, a lot of times the one thing that blocks us is our memories, right? Because let's just say, for example, you went through some kind of business opportunity in the past, right? And now, because you had a bad experience there, you're going to allow that to create some sort of judgment the next time you see something, even though you're inspired by it, right? So that prevents you from taking action. That's basically what it does, is your memories replay in your mind, right? And you're going to hear that on the book a lot. Memories replaying. He says that all the time, that if you're giving into your memories replaying, what happens is now, is that you don't allow inspiration to work. So self-identity, ho'oponopono, what that does is that allows you to cleanse yourself, to remove all of the memories so that they don't replay, and you're able now to receive inspiration from the divine, which is what he calls it. Some people call it God or the universe or energy. But you can receive inspiration now and act upon inspiration, which does what? It makes your life go more smooth. It allows incredible things to come into your life. Why? Because the universe already knows, right, what you desire, and it really wants to give you what you desire, right? It's kind of like a tree, right? If you plant the tree, right, the tree doesn't have any memory of struggling in the early days and going through the ground and growing, right? It doesn't have any memory of that. It just continues to grow at the pace that the universe wants it to grow at, and it'll grow as quickly as it possibly can because the universe loves speed with no effort. And that's what we're creating here with self-identity Ho'oponopono, is we're basically creating effortless manifestation, you guys. So I just kind of wanted to share a little bit and just expound on what the gentleman on the call had talked about today. And I missed his name because I missed the beginning, the first 5 minutes, and then I got cut off at the end. But anyway, it was a great call. It was a fantastic call. It was amazing, and it reminded me of how wonderful this book was. So the book's called Zero Limits, and it's written by Joe Vitale, and there's a special with Dr. Haleakala Hew Len. So if you have a chance, go ahead and pick the book up. And again, if you can get it in audio, definitely get it in audio, because you are going to have an incredible experience. You're going to see amazing things, in your mind's eye. It's gonna really clear things up. It'll help you to understand through your through audio better. The book will go quicker, and you'll be able to you'll just notice some incredible changes in your life. So again, this is Chris Kua. I hope you guys all have a great day. Enjoy the book, and by all means, please leave some comments on the bottom if you've had a chance or not to take a look at the book. Go ahead and leave some comments if you have any questions about any of this stuff, Ho'oponopono. I'll go ahead and speak as the native Hawaiian authority here on it right now. All right, you guys have a great day. Take care. Aloha.